I'm Rainey. Welcome back to my channel for Flosstube episode, well, I forgot to look. I think it might be episode 10. Maybe. That's exciting. I guess. I don't know. Is it? But anyway, I have a few days off of work this week. Yesterday was Veterans Day. And since it was a Thursday, I'm like, why go back into work for Friday, right? So I took Friday off, and then I also took Monday off. So I have 5 days off of work, technically. I mean, there's a weekend and a holiday already in there, but we're going to say I have 5 days off of work. So I decided this would be a perfect time to film some videos. I have a lot to tell you about and to show you since the last time I filmed. I didn't go back and look at that video, so hopefully I'm not showing you any duplicates of anything, and hopefully I'm going to be showing you a complete rundown of what I've been working on, I'm pretty sure, but you never know. So first, I guess, I'll say that I have absolutely no finished projects. I have a partially finished knitting project, meaning it's socks. So I have one sock done and I'm on the second sock. Spoiler alert. But no cross stitch finishes yet. I have a ton of haul. And I have some plans for the rest of the month. So, since I have no actual finishes, let's go to my whips. And let's start with my knitting whips. Okay, sorry, I forgot the most important part of my videos. Getting some wine. It's 1:30 in the afternoon and I'm off of work, so okay. Don't come at me. It's fine. Okay, I have to first preface this first knitting whip with a warning to my friend Kim. Kim, if you're watching this, this is my in real life friend Kim. You know who you are. Don't watch this video, or at least don't watch the next minute. Because you know you're getting socks for Christmas. These are your socks. I don't want you to see them before Christmas. So look away. I'll let you know when you can look back at the video, okay? Okay. So, anyway, this is my fart? No, sorry. Just use potty language. This is my partially finished object because I have one sock completed. So here is the first sock. Obviously, I did not weave in my end, but, and I think there's ends in the toes too. I need to flip them inside out. But my friend Kim likes shorty socks and she likes this color. Because if she's still listening to this, well, she's going to know what color I'm talking about. But if she's not watching, but she's still listening, she'll know what color I'm talking about. But this is, the pattern is the Hermione's Everyday sock. And actually, I used that pattern in her socks that I made her last year. But the yarn that I used last year was a really highly variegated, or variegated. That's the word I'm looking for. So you couldn't really see the pattern in detail, and I really wanted to show off this cute kind of waffle type pattern. So I decided to just do that pattern again, but with, this more solid color yarn. I used the Fish Lips Kiss heel, which I have decided after many attempts to do a heel flap and gusset that I just don't like the heel flap and gusset. It's annoying to me, especially because I use magic loop. So I don't know why, but it just my brain can't handle heel flap and gusset on magic loop. There is a tutorial by the Crazy Sock Lady where she does all that. She does tutorials on all the different types of sock knitting methods. And so I might try one of those some days, but she also does cuff down socks, and I'm more of a toe up girl. So, but you know, I might try one of those someday and try to do a heel flap and gusset. But if I do that, it's going to be for my socks. So that, because I mean, I know that these fit because I actually asked her for the pair that I did for her last year. And so that I could compare, because, you know, when it's not your foot, even if you know what you did last year, it's like you're looking at it going, oh my gosh, are these going to fit? So I asked for them and she gave them to me. So I know, hopefully, that these are going to fit. I am using a size US 1.25, I think. Does that sound right? 1.5 maybe? Oh gosh, I'll put it down in the notes below. But I'm using a long cabled sock needle and to do magic loop with these. Oh, wait. I'm a moron. Okay, so here is the second sock, and I have the needles right here. So let me look. Oh, this is going well so far. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, okay, can I see this? These are Chiagu needles, so they're kind of hard to see. Oh, okay, I can see it. It is a 2.5 millimeter US 1.5. Okay, so now you know. But this is how far I've gotten on the second sock. So hopefully I can bust these out now that I know how many rounds I need to do and everything. Hopefully I'll bust these out faster. I was getting a little like overwhelmed not knowing what I was doing. I haven't knit socks for a very long time, and it always takes me a little while to get back into them. But once I do, they're fine. They're easy, and I can totally get why everybody does them. But initially when I'm doing them, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much math involved in this. So this is my first knitting whip. All right, let's see. Okay, so the second knitting whip that I have, and actually it's the only other knitting whip that I have at the moment, is my boxy sweater by Hohi Locatelli. Goodness. And I am knitting this for National Knit a Sweater Month, which I had no idea about until like a week before November. And I was like, oh, I gotta do that. So I've wanted to knit the boxy for a while, but it looked like a lot of work. I had been assured by many people on the internet that it was easy, but it was just big, and it was a lot of stockinette, and it would take forever. And so far that is proving to be true. There's no way I am going to get this sweater done within a month. I'm not even trying. I'm just trying to put like a couple of rounds on it every day, and it's fine. There's no like deadline for this. I'm just doing it as like my easy knitting at night whenever I'm like done cross stitching and I'm done doing all my chores and everything, then we do this. So anyway, here we go. So this is where I am at. I'm at the beginning of a round, and oh geez, I'm trying to, oh here, there we go. So this is where we are. It's a bottom up sweater. So this is the bottom ribbing. It's only like 3 rounds of ribbing, and this is how big it is. And it is, I'm not even sure what size cable, because I'm using my Knit Pro from Knit Picks interchangeable set. So I think this makes it a 32-inch needle, maybe. I can't remember. But so it's kind of bunched up on the needles, but there are 390 stitches casting the sucker on was a beast. But now it's like, it's super easy. It is. I'm just like, in what my friend Sarah from Tea and Stitches says, she calls it stockinette hell. And that is true, except for I really like just knitting in the round stockinette. It's really relaxing to me, so it doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, it's gonna take forever. This is supposed to go to 18.5 inches, I think. And I don't know how long this is, but that's nowhere near 18.5 inches. So yeah, but I am using, and of course, I don't have the ball band for this yarn, but here is another cake that I caked up recently. It is the Monticello Collection by Satari. Yeah, I think Satari Yarn Company. I'll find another ball band for another one of my cakes, and I will put all the information below. But it's a cotton flax blend, which I have been told that flax is basically linen. So it's very nice to work with. I was a little bit concerned because cotton yarn tends to be very stiff, and it felt a little stiff. It doesn't feel like super squishy. Well, it is super squishy, but it doesn't feel super soft in the hank. But once I'm getting it knitted up, I think I'm gonna really enjoy wearing it. So I'm excited about it. But I will talk more about my lovely little cakes later because it involves a haul. But yeah, I will need five cakes of this yarn, and I think four to five. So for the size that I am knitting, so that's exciting. I am really enjoying this color. I think it will look very nice on me. And whenever I put this on Instagram, it always blows the color out and makes it look a lot lighter than it actually is. But this is pretty true to color. It's definitely more of a, I wouldn't call it royal blue, but it's close. You know, it's darker than a royal blue, but maybe more like a steel blue, maybe? I don't know, but yeah, I like it a lot. Okay, so that's all for the knitting whips. So let's go to the cross stitch whips. So in the month of October, I was working on, I think I ended up ultimately working on 3 projects throughout the month of October, which is the last time I filmed. And since then, in November, I was going to do a rotation kind of a situation. I had my wheel of whips on, kind of like Stephanie and Pam from Just Keep Stitching sometimes does, and my friend Sarah from Tea and Stitches does that as well. But I started doing that and just kind of got to a point where I wanted to work on one project and kind of be a monogamous stitcher. So let's take care of that one first, and then we'll talk about what else I worked on in October and really haven't worked on since, let's be honest. So the kind of obsession stitch that I have been working on and will probably end up being my focus piece from now to the end of the year is Alice and the Flamingo by Mrs. Pagodi Art on Etsy. My goal is to finish her by the end of the year. So I currently have about 4 pages. I had 5 at the beginning of November. I have been working on this part here, and I am almost done with that. I might finish it by tonight. I don't know. But if I can get done with this whole row in November, which we're on the 12th right now, so I don't know if that is humanly possible. But if I can get done with this whole section, that will be a total of 3 pages. and then I will only have 2 pages up here. And this part is mostly border and this white and tan. So it's going to be super boring when I get up to that point, but that's okay. I'll probably by that point need to just like do big blocks of color and just kind of, it's pretty relaxing really to just do big blocks of color. It doesn't bother me. It's kind of like the stockinette stuff. So, but yeah, oops, sorry. I kind of was, if I think about it in front of my face, if I can find, I will show you where I was the last time I filmed. Try to take a screenshot of that. But suffice it to say, I am doing pretty well on Alice, and I hope I'm one of these people that if I have a deadline for myself, you are pretty sure I'm going to try to get this done by December 31st. So I love her, but I'm ready for her to be off of my Q-Snap. So this has been over a year in the making, so I'm ready to be done. But yeah, she's coming across very well on screen. I like it a lot. So I'm doing it with 2, it's on 14 count Eyre, 2 strands of floss. And I do not really like that coverage, but I'm noticing from like far back, it looks perfectly fine. So obviously I have to continue with that method at this point, but I think if I use 14 count in anything else in the future, I'm going to maybe do 3 strands and see how that goes. The next whip is one of my focus, was supposed to be one of my focus pieces in October during the same reading event that I was doing Alice for initially in 2020, and that is Victober, where we focus on reading Victorian literature all month long in October. And we, the host of the event, Kate Howe, she has been doing a knit and listen or a stitch and listen for the last couple of years. So Alice was my stitch and listen piece that I started in October of 2020, because Alice in Wonderland is a Victorian children's novel. So this year I wanted a new start for a stitch and listen for 2021's Victober, and I decided to do Jane Eyre. So I will put a picture of what the finished project is going to look like up here, because I didn't end up getting super far on her because I have just been like really hyper focused on trying to get Alice done. But I did get some done in October on Jane. So here is where I am on Jane Eyre. So this is just going to be like the border, I think, at this point, and there's a tree and some roses in the top corner, and that is where I am at this point. It is also 14 count Eyre, 2 strands. So again, the coverage is not my favorite. I actually thought about doing 3 strands earlier before I started this, and then just completely forgot about it because I'm just not used to ever trying to do 3 strands. So this one will be 2 strands of floss as well, but at least it will match coverage wise more with Alice, because these will go side by side in a couple of wall mounted jewelry boxes that I have that are basically blank slates. You can put pictures in them or whatever. So I'm going to put these cross stitches in them. Jane Eyre is going to be slightly smaller than Alice, I believe. So I might have to somehow try to build her up with some kind of mounting when I'm done with her. But that's going to be a while. So I don't need to worry about that quite yet. We'll see. But yeah, I'm happy with my progress so far. And this one does not have a due date yet, except for my friend Jess is due with her 3rd baby in April, and she challenged me to have it done by April. spoiler alert, that is probably not going to happen, Jess. Sorry. but it's fine. It's fine. I will definitely try to get more significant progress on Jane at the beginning of 2022. So the second to last whip that I have been working on in October was We Three by Lindy Stitches. I'll put the final product up here. And I just love this one. It is all black. So basically, it probably would count for Black Sampler November that Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery. No, did I say that right? Modern Folk Embroidery. Yeah, that's his channel name, right? Yeah, this is not going well. Anyway, it probably would count for that, except for I don't think this is actually a sampler. It's not, I don't think. But it is all done in 310, DMC 310. So I really like this quote. It is a quote from Macbeth, The Three Witches. And the three witches here are black cats, which I find is completely adorable. So here is where I am at the end of October. Not as far as I'd wanted to be. I actually thought this would go a lot faster because it was all done in one color. I would never have to do a color change, but it's a lot of like fancy scroll work and stuff, and then a lot of dense stitching on the cat. So, but I really love how it's turning out so far, and I'm really not that far from being done with it, honestly, but I have put it down in favor of doing Jane, or no, not Jane, Alice. More, that's more of my focus. And this ended up being more of my focus for October just because it was more portable than Jane. So I ended up taking this to work with me a lot. So it did get a lot more work on it in October than Jane did. But being that it's a literary quote, I still feel like it, fit the vibe, even though Shakespeare is way, way, way before the Victorian period. But oh well. So cute. And this fabric is from Exjude Designs. I believe it is 16 count Ada. I think it's 16 count. Do I still have the thingy on there? No. I'm pretty sure it's 16 count, but don't quote me on that. But anyway, I love this fabric. It's just the right amount of floppy and stiff for me. So I would probably be ordering more Exjude Design fabric in the future. Oh. And then look at this adorable, I don't know if I've ever showed my little needle minder that my friend Sarah got me. It's a little witch's hat. And my last whip is one that is going to be ongoing until the end of the year, probably into January a little bit. But that is my temperature tree by Sarah at the Stitchin' Mommy. And this is, she does a temperature chart every year, and I think this was her one for 2020, I believe, but I really, really loved this pattern. This is also done on a scrap of 14 count Ada, which, as you can see, I am right to the end. So that was probably not my best move. I'm just gonna say it, but I'll figure it out. We'll come up with something, some way to mount it. Even if I just kind of, maybe I could just leave it like this and put some kind of like fabric border around it. I don't know. If you have any suggestions on what to do to whenever you make an error in measuring, like I did, and you have this problem, how you would go about finishing a piece like this, please drop it in the comments. I would very greatly appreciate that. But I'm a little bit behind. I actually just finished the October branch, and actually, did I finish it? Oh, I ran out of floss, so I have to fix that. But yeah, I actually just finished this, the October branch, yesterday, I believe. So I am a little bit behind, being that it's November now, but I'm okay with that. I've caught up significantly in the last month. I actually had the urge to stitch on this at the very beginning of November, and this was like the only thing I stitched on for a couple of days. So I was able to get September's branches all done. So yeah, pretty. I like it. Yay. Oh, and while we're on the subject of needle minders, look at this pretty book themed needle minder that my friend Mandy from Coffee and Stitches, and I will have all my friends' channels that I mentioned linked below. But she sent me, when she sent me those beautiful project bags, she also put this cute bookish needle minder in there for me. So yay, thanks Mandy. Okay, so let's move on to my plans for the rest of November, because I do have some specific start dates for a couple of new starts. Like I need more new starts. But I know y'all feel me in the Flosstube community. A lot of you have way more projects going than I do, so I don't feel too bad about saying I'm starting new things whenever I have nothing completed. But because I know y'all get it and you're not going to judge me. So let's see. First, let's talk about my knitting new start. I am going to be knitting a pair of Christmas socks with my friend Sarah from Tea and Stitches, who also is a knitter and a cross stitcher, and she has a booktube channel called The Bookish Knitter. But she has recently started a dedicated Flosstube and knitting channel. I have not made that jump. I don't know that I can handle two channels, but but she is doing dedicated Flosstube videos. But last year we knitted a pair of Christmas socks together, so we decided to do the same thing this year. And last year we used the same company, which is Ravenwood's Fiber Co. And this is a Canadian shop, but which would usually be pretty expensive for me to get it shipped to the States. But the way she sends her yarn is she puts it in the hank, but then she vacuum seals it so that it's flat. And I should have taken a picture of the package, but so it can just come in like a regular flat packaging envelope. And so it doesn't cost that much to get. Actually, it's free shipping to the US, actually. I think, yeah. I don't think I paid any shipping. So it's kind of amazing. And her yarn is beautiful. So definitely you should check out Ravenwood's Fiber Co. And the yarn that we are using is the, what's it called? Sock Candy. And it is, I don't know if you can tell on the screen, but it has some sparkle in it. And the one we used last year had sparkle in it too. I have since felted that pair pretty much. But I still have some left, so I might remake myself a pair of shorty socks. I still am going to wear the felted ones. It's fine. But they just don't look as pretty as they did before because I am not precious with my fancy yarn, apparently. But I think I'm just going to do a vanilla sock pattern for this one and just knit it the way it comes out and not do like the Hermione everyday pattern or any fancy pattern. I think I'm just going to use this, the colorway the way it's going to come out. So we were going to start it on November 1st and I forgot to kick up my yarn. So we decided we're going to start it on, I believe we decided on the 14th, which is this coming Sunday. Now, as you can tell, I wound this yarn and it didn't go well. So I am going to have to, okay, so I bought something to help me wind yarn. and I will talk about that in a second, but it worked really well for a few skeins, but then when I put the sock yarn on the skein, it did not work so well for some reason. I don't know if it was me or the yarn was slippery or something, but it kind of got all wonky on my ball winder. So I put the first cake that really just went off the rails in these little yarn cozies that I bought at my local yarn store, Darn Yarn in Harmony, PA. She had these set of 3, and I'll probably do the same with this, but I wanted to show you the yarn first. So luckily, by the time it kind of went off the rails, I had gotten 50 grams out of this ball, and there should be 50 grams. I didn't, because it's 100-gram skein together, so it should be equal parts, which is kind of what I wanted to do anyway. I wanted to have them separated. I just didn't want them to like get all messed up like this, but whatever. At least I have these sock cozies now that I can put them in. So, or sock cozies, yarn cozies. So hopefully this will help. And, I will put another one on this, and yeah, we'll just deal with it. It's fine. So, and then my next project that is going to be a new start is a cross stitch start. And I will be starting this on Monday, the 15th of November. And it is going to be the pattern Beautiful Things by Lindy Stitches. I love Lindy Stitches. As you can tell, I love a lot of her designs. We Three is Lindy Stitches. I don't know if I said that. And I am working also on Walk Fast by Lindy Stitches, although I haven't touched that one in a little while. I need to get back to it. But Beautiful Things, I really love this verse pattern, or verse saying or whatever that's on this. And it says, "Oh, my darling, it's true. Beautiful things have dents and scratches too." And I decided to start this on November 15th because November 15th is going to be the 5-year anniversary of something rather traumatic that happened to me. And like, I'm trying not to be like over dramatic, but so I know lots of people have traumatic things that happen to them, but it's something that really kind of like I wasn't expecting, and it threw me for a loop, and it really hurt my confidence in myself. And yeah, so whatever, I saw this on Stephanie's YouTube channel, and she was talking about how a lot of her patterns are love patterns and for married people, or people in a relationship, and it's like, oh, I love you so much and blah blah blah, all this stuff. And somebody had commented that there's nothing really that's for single people, and not that this really has anything necessarily to do with being single, but without getting into details, let's just say that I was not single before this happened, and after that I was. So, I mean, I can laugh about it now, thank God, but yeah, so, but it's just one of those things, like every November 15th, probably for my rest of my life, maybe not, but I will remember this. So, and so yeah, yeah, I'm going to start this one on the 15th, kind of as kind of a remembrance that it wasn't me. I am, I'm beautiful despite the stuff that's happened to me, and this despite the things that people have done to me. Yeah, so that's that. We're not gonna belabor that any longer, but it's definitely something that I am wanting to start, and that was a good day for me to start it. So I'm going to be going with the suggested yarn. I'm all like flustered now. I'm going to be using the suggested fabric for this, which is 18 count. Well, okay. It's not the suggested fabric as in, she doesn't suggest Ada, but I am an Ada stitcher. So I'm going with 18 count Ada, but the colorway, I don't know, the color is Earthen by Picture This Plus. So I should probably undo it so you can see more. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's just okay, let's do it this way. But, oh yeah, that's pretty. I like that a lot. So I'm excited to start this one. It might have like a bad connotation for why I'm starting this, but it will make me feel good. So that's why I'm doing it, because I love the pattern and it'll make me feel nice. Okay, so now let's stop talking about things that are not fun and let's talk about haul, because despite the fact that I do not usually like to buy a lot of things, I have bought a lot of things. So mostly patterns, but I did splurge and buy myself, the thing that I've been alluding to is a Amish yarn swift. I bought it from Amazon, and I will put a picture up here of me setting it up for the first time. And it was really easy to set up, really easy, and it wasn't that expensive. And so far, aside from that sock yarn, which I'm really not sure, I think it has more to do with the ball winder I have than with anything else. So, but this was the first thing that I did with it, and I actually got 2 cakes wound probably in half the time that it would take me to do this by hand, and it would not look at this pretty. It would just be in a ball. So these are like really nice cakes, and I did the first cake of yarn with my ball winder, but I used for this sweater, I like unwound it and laid it on my table and kind of like put some things in it to kind of keep the ring of it open, and I would wind it, but I'd have to like with my own hand do this to like keep it from becoming yarn barf. So so having the Swift to do it for me is like, oh, so great. And look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. I wish my sock yarn had come out as nice looking as this, but c'est la vie, such is life. But that was my first purchase and probably my most expensive purchase, let's be honest. But it really, I mean, it honestly wasn't that expensive. It was on Amazon, it was, I think it was $30 US. So that's not that bad, honestly, for something that is that essential to being a knitter, honestly. Like if you're going to buy nice yarn that doesn't already come in a ball or a cake, this is a splurge that is going to change your life. So let's see, what else? What else I bought some hat circular needles, which is a 16-inch needle in a 5mm, I believe. Yes, 5mm to do, because I also have to start this. This hat pattern, I'm doing a mommy-daughter hat combo and this is the Quick Ombre hat by, I'm trying to show the pattern, Quick Ombre hat by Emily Dormier on Ravelry. It was a free pattern, but I'm going to be making this for one of my best friends and her daughter for Christmas. Hopefully for Christmas, maybe for New Year's. We'll see. I haven't actually started it yet because actually, and these were just an Amazon purchase. You can find them anywhere. If I think about it, I will post where the seller that I got it. But I tried to get some Chiago needles, 16-inch Chiago needle, but I must have gotten it from like a third-party seller on Amazon, because they got lost. I've never seen them. So I got a refund and I just ordered these. So they're, I don't know, they're not really like a well-known brand or anything, but they have these like, I don't know, like ergonomic needle thingies. I don't know if I'm going to need that or not, but so I just needed something to start this. So that's going to be a new start soon too, actually, because I really need to at least get the 6-year-old's hat on the needles, because I feel like her getting her hat is probably more essential than my best friend getting her hat. We'll see. And so the rest of them are patterns that I bought. And I don't know if I showed you this one, but another one of the things that my friend Mandy from Coffee and Stitches sent me in my package with my bags from the last episode is this little pattern that she has already stitched by the Country Cottage Needleworks. And if you're not following Mandy, I suggest you do. She is doing a Christmas village out of, I believe they're probably all these, the same designer. And she's making them houses for all of her different friends. And I think, and she actually is doing one for me now. Yay. So I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to see it. So yeah, you should definitely go follow her channel. She is brand new to the interwebs, I believe. So I've known her for a little while through my friend Sarah, but she just started her Flosstube channel. And yeah, I'm really excited to stitch this. And this goes into, in the year of 2022, I am going to be focusing on smalls. I am going to be doing WhipGo, and I have made a chart, or a WhipGo board, but I'm not going to like finalize it yet until I get Jessie Marie's video, or what she is actually doing for WhipGo this year, because in her last update video she did say something about changing some things up for WhipGo next year. So I don't want to like finalize and put it out there what exactly I'm doing for WhipGo until I hear what I'm supposed to do for WhipGo. But this one is a small, so I will definitely be doing this, because my plan is to do a lot of smalls, both fall and Halloween smalls and Christmas smalls throughout the year, so that I can have some stitching on my Christmas tree, and also put my Christmas tree up early and make it an autumn tree. An autumn Halloween tree. So I don't know, I just think it would be fun to put my Christmas tree up early and have like a big decorated piece in my house for the fall season. I think that would be cool. So this would definitely be a Christmas piece. So then let me get, now I haven't actually bought a lot of my my smalls for fall yet. So let me just show you. Is it upside down? Oh no, okay. Sorry, please hold. I'm going to wait until this comes up. Okay, so the first pattern I decided to get for my fall smalls is Thankful, which is a Dapper Doodad from Stitching with the Housewives. And I think that for the most part, I'm going to do a bunch of Stitching with the Housewives fall smalls for my project next year, because I love the black background for them. I just love the colorful nature of them all, and just they're simple, but there's a lot going on. So I like that a lot. And I loved all their fall ones. So I'm going to probably be purchasing a lot more of those over the next few weeks, but I'm trying to curb my spending a little bit for the rest of the month now. Just a little bit. I mean, yeah, let's be real. I've purchased a lot, but yeah, I liked this one. So this will probably be my first one in that rotation. Oh, and uh, because I am doing a lot of uh, Stitching with the Housewives things next year, I just put in an order with 123 Stitch for a giant piece of 18 count black Ada. So I have never stitched on 18, or I have never stitched on black fabric before, so pray for me. And the next thing that I got that is going to be for my fall smalls, although this one seems like it might be a little bit too big for a tree, but maybe not, is a freebie from Mama Witch Cross Stitch. And this was her November freebie for her Facebook group, and it is called Want a Piece of Me? And I just think he's so funny. I just love how mad he is. I mean, I'd be mad too, let's be honest. So I love him so much. I'm excited. This is also on black. So I'm going to just utilize the 18 count Ada that I'm getting and just stitch them on the same stuff. So I figured I got like, I think it was like 36 by 42 inches of black Ada. So I feel like that's a lot and probably plenty for quite a few smalls. We'll see. Now, another small that I just purchased recently that is not charted for Black Ada, but I still might put it on Black Ada, is from Lindy. Oop, hold on. I don't want to show you the pattern. How am I going to do this? All right, let's just try it. Okay. Well, it's going to be sideways, but oh well. Is the Polar Bear Habitat by Lindy Stitches. So y'all know, love me some Lindy Stitches. And my friend Mandy and Sarah and I are going to be selling this in January. So I think that I could put this on black Ada and it would look nice. I mean, the polar bear and the stars would really pop. The only thing I'm thinking is maybe I'll need to change the green because it looks like maybe it would be too dark to show up on a black background. So I might have to go with a lighter green, but not sure. I might try it with the called for and just see how it shows up. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that one too. I need to buy like all of her little habitats. I haven't yet, but they're cute and I would like, but I love that little polar bear. And I think on Black Ada, it would really make that little polar bear pop. Yay. So apparently I only have one other pattern that I purchased this week, which seems not right. So I'm wondering if I forgot to download something. Or maybe I just have a lot of things on my wish list that I haven't done yet. haven't pulled the trigger on. I don't know. Probably because there were a lot of the Stitching with the Housewives patterns that I haven't pulled the trigger on yet. But this comes with another warning. I don't think Marsha watches my channel very often, but she has, my in real life friend Marsha, who is an artist, and she dabbles in a lot of crafts as well, has recently said she's going to get into cross stitch, and I had recently bought a pattern to do for her. And now I'm like nervous that she's going to find it for herself and stitch it herself. And I mean, I'll still probably stitch this one, but it's not really like my jam, but it would be hers. So, but anyway, so Marsha, if you are watching this, which you probably, it's pretty long, so I doubt that you would have watched clear to this part, but if you are, look away. Stop the video now. You don't need to watch any further. But I bought, and I don't know, what's this one called? Oh, I bought the pattern Moths and the Moon by Tiny Modernist. This was a new release for them on November 1st. Sorry. And my friend Marsha freaking loves moths. I don't really understand why. I mean, they are pretty, but real ones, I don't. I'm not like a big fan. So, but she does. She loves them. So I saw this was going to be released in November, and I was like, ooh, I need to do this for Marsha's studio. So that is a plan. So, but it's probably not going to get started before January. So hopefully she doesn't find this in the meantime. Her birthday is in January, so my plan maybe is to try to get this stitched for her birthday at the end of January, but might not. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. But I do think it's really, really pretty. I just don't know, like, if I bought it and she already has it, I don't know, like, who else I would gift this to. So, oh well. Hopefully, let's just hope she doesn't find this place. Okay, so I think that's it. I think that's all I have for you today. I feel like that was really long. I'm sorry, but a lot of them are long on Flosstube, right? So you're okay with that. I will try to edit out some of it, and hopefully it'll be a little shorter. But I hope to be back sooner than a month. Like my ultimate goal is to post a Flosstube once a month. But if I can get enough progress on things to have enough for short episodes every couple of weeks or so, I am more than willing to do that. But I'm just not holding myself to that at the moment. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, let me know what your plans are for the upcoming months, Christmas or just December in general, not necessarily Christmas. Do you have any whips that you are trying to desperately finish by the end of the year, like I am? And yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, good for you. All right, I'll talk to you soon, Flosstube. Bye.